Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 0 to 60. On today's episode, we're doing something that I'm pretty excited about. We're flashing a 1M with MHD. Now, the reason I'm excited about it is not only because we're going to make the car faster, but MHD have recently just released their iOS app. So we're going to do it using the Apple iPhone version. And I'm going to talk you through the process. If you don't know, the 1M is like the holy grail of the N54 car. It's the best spec engine, the most amount of power you can get with an N54 from the factory. So what we're going to do, we're going to put MHD Stage 2 Plus on it. The car is currently fitted with I think it's a 5.5-inch stepped intercooler and also a charge pipe. So we should be good for those mods. And let's get straight into getting it done. So when you're flashing MHD for the first time, the program actually has to go through an unlock process with the ECU. Now traditionally, when I did my car and with the cable systems before these dongles come out, it was actually quite a long process. I think my car took nearly 50 minutes to unlock the ECU so you could put your custom tunes on it. It's going to be interesting to see how long it takes with the iOS app, but something that's quite important for the first time you flash MHD is make sure you've got the car on a good battery charger. If you lose voltage whilst we're going through the flash process, it is a big issue for the DME. So make sure you've got a charger ready to go when you're doing the first flash. When you're doing map updates, which only take a minute or two, you don't need to worry too much about the charger, but for the first install of MHD, make sure she's on charge. So that's what we've got here. We've got a C-Tech charger. Let's go to the inside and actually start the process. Okay, so I've got the MHD app up on the phone at the moment. Let's get inside and get the dongle connected. Now, on all of the E-Series cars, they have the OBD port just down here in the corner. Hopefully you guys can see that, it's not too dark. And to get it connected, it's just a matter of putting the car into the accessory on mode. So you do need dash lights on. And then we can connect to the dongle. Like so. And then hopefully, actually I'll just we'll just try and stop it beeping at us. There we go. Okay, so the dongle's on. Let's just see if it has connected. The first thing we're going to do is go to codes and just see if it is connected to the DME. Okay, so it hasn't detected the Wi-Fi adapter. Let's go into the iPhone settings and get it connected. Turn Wi-Fi on. Now it registered the MHD dongle straight away. I heard a little beep. We'll go back to the app. Go to codes again. Contacting the DME, it's connected that quickly. Let's just give it a quick read. Oh, sorry, it has read already. That is so much faster than the cable. Okay. We have a power management closed circuit current violation. Now, I think that's a common thing with a lot of E-Series cars. It comes up on my car a lot, and it's just something to do with current draw. If you've got any aftermarket accessories, any alarms, lights, anything weird like that, it does sort of show that code up. So we'll just clear that for now. And that's cleared straight away. Okay, so to actually flash a map, we're going to go flash an MHD map. And what we're going to do first, we'll go V9 beta. We're going to go Stage 2 Plus, which is that one there. Contacting the DME. This all seems too easy. Okay, now because the car hasn't been flashed before, it does need to do a full write. Now I have just noticed, and something to be aware of, because this phone is actually connected to the Bluetooth in the car, I'm going to turn Bluetooth off on the phone. And it's just so that the car doesn't do anything with the phone whilst we're doing the connection. And I'm also going to put the phone into, yeah, we'll do it in airplane mode, and just to avoid any issues with the phone whilst it's doing the flashing. Something that is quite important, and to be honest, I've forgotten to do it every other time I flashed a car. Okay, so Bluetooth's off, we're in airplane mode, Wi-Fi still connected. We're going to do a full write. Communicating with the DME, erasing section 1. I'm just going to make sure the process is going and we'll be able to walk away. There we go. Now that's come up at 15 minutes. That's crazy. It took me 50 the first time I flashed using a cheap cable. the process is underway. All right, you guys will see us in a few minutes once he's all finished. So 10 seconds left, it's just coming up to the end of the flash. Kind of interested to see if the iPhone app behaves any differently to the Android. 0 seconds. ECU is flash. Now, what we should go through is some beeping, some codes. It'll basically restart the DME, reboot everything. God, that was quick, it's done. Total write time was 16 minutes. Now at this point, we need to turn the car completely off. And MHD says wait 30 seconds, but what I'll always do is turn it off and I'll actually wait 5 minutes, just make sure it's completely gone to sleep, and we'll come back in a few minutes and give it its first startup. Alright, so we've given it a few minutes. Let's see what we've got. So I'm just going to go back to not accessories, but ignition on. And I'm just going to go back to codes, read the DME codes. We're connected, no error codes. Actually, we should be able to see in here. Okay, if you can, hopefully you can see that, but it does show that the last flash file is V9 Stage 2 Plus 93 octane 98 RON. We're all good. We're flashed. All right, let's see if she starts up. We didn't break it. All right, I'm going to turn it off again. Now, something we didn't check in the start of the video, and something that I'm sure a lot of people will be interested in doing. With MHD, you do have, it's going to beep at me, sorry, 2 seconds.
Wanker left.
Okay, thanks. So with MHD, you do have the option to actually set burbles and those sort of things. So I'm just going to go in quickly and just have a look at exactly what we've got. So we have the Stage 2 map. Now that's the one we flashed before. The next time you want to do a write, or if you want to change any settings, it's a much faster flash. But let's go into the options for the burbles. Now, we don't need to change the... Sorry, we don't need to change the throttle mapping, that's all fine. This car is fitted with the OEM catted pipes, but being the 1M, they do have a slightly higher flow catalytic converter than the standard vehicle. Hey JB, when did they say select OEM catted pipes or no catted pipes?
They didn't, but I researched that, and the difference is purely a startup routine, cat eating routine.
Oh, that's it. So we'll leave it for now. Do you want burbles?
Sure.
Okay. Now we are going to set this car up with burbles, so we'll turn exhaust burbles on, but being a very nice example of a 1M, we don't want to be too crazy with it, so we're going to run... You know what, we're going to run these standard settings here. I think that's going to be fine. It's going to be a good place to start with. So, and the aggressiveness is, we're going to run soft. You can go medium or hard, so we're pretty much in the middle at soft. Cool. We don't need cold start noise reduction, that's fine. We don't need to limit power, that's all good. It is a manual, so we don't need to worry about any of the transmission settings. These sort of settings here are for an aftermarket coil, an aftermarket T-map sensor if you're going to run higher boost levels. The ones that come in these cars should be good for about up to 20 PSI, so we're going to be safe with that for what we're running. Coolant target is stock. Don't need a wastegate rattle fix because everything's fine. Cool, so there's all the settings we're going to flash this time, and we'll flash the 2-minute flash right now. Okay, so we let the car shut down. We've got the Stage 2 Plus map with the burble settings, and let's start her up and see what it sounds like. And hopefully you can hear me okay, but something that you can do with MHD, and I think it's well worth getting the super license just for this feature, is actually the monitoring. So we'll go into there. We've got boost. Actually, what we might just do is just change that quickly. Oh. All right, so we've got a few vitals there to look at quickly, but what I wanted to check was, do we have exhaust burbles? We do, and it doesn't sound too crazy in those settings. It sounds more like a stock map. All right, guys, that's what... Actually, let's shut the car off. All right, we're going to end that video there, but if you're interested to see what difference MHD makes to a 1M, make sure you hit that subscribe button, because we're going to go and put it through a proper 0 to 60 episode in the next video that comes out. Thank you all very much for watching. If you've got any questions about flashing your car with MHD, or anything to do with the N54s, hit us up in the comments. Thank you very much, and we'll catch you on the next one. Yep, nailed it. Whoa. It's changed this thing a lot.